In recalling the stalwarts of India's freedom struggle, there is one name integral to the movement for sheer earnestness, single-minded commitment, depth and breadth of contribution, and making words into deeds. Jamnalal Bajaj. To propagate and promote the ideals to which Jamnalal Bajaj devoted his whole life, the Bajaj Group, at the initiative of Jamnalal ji's younger son, Ram Krishna Bajaj, founded the Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation in 1977. Besides undertaking various rural development projects in selected areas, the foundation honors the outstanding contribution of people engaged in work on Gandhian lines through 4 annual awards. Each of these awards carries a citation, a trophy, and a cash prize of Rs 5 lakhs.
Jamnalal Bajaj Foundation started the 4 awards with the objective broadly of encouraging, recognizing, and rewarding those outstanding people who have given their life and completely involved themselves in Gandhian activities, constructive activities, even application of science for rural development, and of course uplift of women and children. The 4th award, which was started about 20 years ago, is for propagating Gandhian values abroad.
Over the years, the Jamnalal Bajaj Awards have come to be respected as the most coveted ones in their fields. This is amply reflected in the multidimensional work of the recipients, the eminence of the members of selection panels, as also the stature of the chief guests who presented the awards in the years gone by. The Jamnalal Bajaj Awards are thus a fitting tribute to Gandhiji and the man he adopted as his 5th son. The recipients of the Jamnalal Bajaj Awards 2012 are Shri Jaymund Gangaram Mathkar, Shri Kalion Paul, Srimati Nighat Shafi, Professor Glenn D. Paige, Shri Jaywant Gangaram Mathkar. Shri Mathkar has been immersed in Sarvodaya movements since 1962. He was a part of Bhudan Gramdan movement with Vinoba Bhave. Shri Mathkar also worked hard for the Scavenger Liberation Campaign. He founded the Mahatma Gandhi Lok Seva Sangh and installed 500 Ambar Chakras in Satara, Sangli and Nasik districts. Presently, as Vice President of Gopuri Ashram, he strives towards installing smokeless chulas and biogas units, conducting cleanliness drives and creating livelihood avenues. The ashram supports several Gram Panchayats that have won the state and central government's Model Village Awards. Shri Mathkar addressed the issue of lack of livelihood by creating food processing opportunities in Sindhudurg, encouraging farmers to cultivate cashew plantations, providing loans to farmers, and cashew trees to women's self-help groups. Shri Mathkar's strong belief in education for the girl child led to the establishing of a school for dropouts in Sindhudurg out of donations from the community and teachers. Many of the students are on scholarships raised by these donations. As organizer of Khadi Samiti of Sarva Seva Sangh, Shri Mathkar successfully launched the Kargha Yagya to address the concerns and difficulties of weavers on the floor of the government. Among the most successful ventures is his Khadi unit in Solapur, which makes and sells Khadi without the support and involvement of the government. Even today, Shri Mathkar spends long hours traveling by public transport to reach and monitor several other Gandhian institutions and initiatives. Shri Kalion Paul. Sri Kalion Paul promotes holistic mountain development programs in the Himalayan region. His efforts have initiated appropriate technologies for conserving natural resources and setting basic amenities in the areas of water, energy, and sanitation in order to improve the quality of life. Sri Kalion Paul set up Pan-Himalayan Grassroots Development Foundation in 1992 to initiate and implement fundamental ways and means for hydrology renewal and ecology restoration in Uttarakhand. To carry this work forward, he created Barefoot Engineers, a unique concept which involves the youth and builds their capacities to enable transformation of the village community. Grassroots, over a span of 20 years, has benefited over 800 villages in Uttarakhand and Himachal Pradesh. 500 infiltration wells provide 2.4 million litres of safe drinking water daily to 100,000 people, reducing the drudgery of women and children who would walk miles to fetch water. Sanitation infrastructure in 40 large schools has benefited more than 20,000 children, especially girl students. Biogas units set up in more than 2,400 households make cooking easier and reduce health hazards as well as biotic pressure on scarce natural resources. Alongside, Grassroots has been modernizing small irrigation systems to enhance production and incomes. Grassroots has also helped over 500 households earn a living through the sale of mature hens at a premium. Sri Kalion Paul is an Ashoka Fellow and Lemelson Technology Fellow of the USA. The Award for Development and Welfare of Women and Children has been instituted in memory of Srimati Janki Devi Bajaj, Sri Jamnalal Bajaj's wife. Srimati Janki Devi was deeply influenced by Gandhiji and joined her husband on the path of sacrifice. Her contribution towards the upliftment of women began as early as 1919, when she encouraged women to give up the parda as a show of courage and dignity. Her determination and role in the freedom struggle was undeterred even by imprisonment. Post-independence, Srimati Janki Devi actively contributed to Vinobaji's Bhudan movement. The Government of India conferred on her the prestigious honor of Padma Vibhushan in the year 1956. The Award for Development and Welfare of Women and Children 2012 is a tribute to her beliefs and her efforts. Srimati Nighat Shafi. Conflict and violence have ripped lives in Kashmir, leaving many women widowed and children orphaned. Srimati Nighat Shafi instituted the H.E.L.P Foundation in 1997 to help these women and children regain their emotional stability and economic independence through education, rehabilitation of widows, and counseling for women and physically and visually challenged children. Srimati Shafi set up the Shah Anwar Memorial Secondary School in Kumerial village in 2000 and the H.E.L.P Foundation Model School Mawar in Handwara in 2006. Her orphanage for boys, called Shehjar, apart from regular school, conducts a range of activities to help them explore their potential and lessen their stress through artistic achievements. The Mental Health Guidance and Counseling Center invites experts from across the country to conduct workshops and counseling sessions along with local doctors. H.E.L.P has provided them with loans to set up independent small-scale ventures. A believer of self-reliance, Srimati Shafi facilitates women with embroidery and tailoring classes and a food processing center in Srinagar. Srimati Nighat Shafi was nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize in 2005, along with 1,000 women for peace around the globe. For 3 consecutive years, she was awarded the Stri Shakti Award. Srimati Shafi is also the recipient of the Asian Peace and Mehjoor Awards. H.E.L.P Foundation was given the State Award in 2010. Professor Glenn D. Paige. Professor Glenn D. Paige is the founder and chair of the Center for Global Nonkilling and Professor Emeritus of Political Science, University of Hawaii. The mission of the Center for Global Nonkilling is to promote change towards the measurable goal of a killing-free world with infinite creativity in reverence for life. The center draws upon Gandhiji's infinite belief and examples of courage. Serving in the Korean War in the 50s sowed the seeds of his non-killing movement, and he founded the independent non-profit Center for Global Nonviolence in Honolulu. Professor Paige first visited India in 1976 to study Gandhian principles of non-violent education. This gave him an opportunity to supplement his study with direct observation of the active role of the Shanti Sena as a disciplined force for peace and constructive village work. In 2002, following 28 years of research and teaching, Professor Paige published Non-Killing Global Political Science. It is now placed free online on the website of the Center for Global Nonviolence. By 2012, it has been translated into 24 languages. Today, non-killing knowledge is being introduced in levels of education from the primary school to pioneering university courses. In action, legislation has been introduced in the Philippines Senate to establish a peaceful and non-killing Philippines as a national purpose, with provisions for research and implementation. Till today, Gandhiji continues to remain Professor Paige's guiding star. Recognitions received by Professor Glenn Paige include the Dr. G. Ramachandran Award for International Understanding, Jai Tulsi Anuvrata Award, Seikyo Culture Prize, Distinguished Peace Leadership Award of the Nuclear Age Peace Foundation, and the Hawaii State Peace Award.